Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I noticed YouTube's getting cute with my chats again in my last live. There's no they disabled the chat. So until I figure out a better way to get my setup here on my new computer with the chat, I'll just stuck the chat window to the left there. So at least we'll have some sort of chatting on the side there. Hopefully it looks as clear as what I had before. Looks a little fuzzy from here, but anyways, that aside, let's see here. Two stories that stood out to me today include. Oh, I gotta put the chat. Yeah, I'll leave that there and move things around a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay, got it. All right, the first story that really stood out to me today is another article here regarding a bill that has just recently been put forward. This is written by John Fleetwood. It's written on February 20th, 2026, so just today, that there is a bill to deploy federally funded mobile vaccine units with no spending cap and introduced by Representative Gottheimer against centered on influenza. So there's legislation to authorize federal purchase of vaccine vehicles, equipment, and doses to expand delivery infrastructure. So they're starting vaccine buses in 2026. This is the point, okay? They are not letting up. They want that mRNA, nanobot graphene in everyone. Jeffrey Epstein's shots with some people are speculating there's Jeffrey Epstein DNA in there. You know that, right? Because Jeffrey Epstein had that ranch in Nevada where he wanted to have all these girls giving birth to his babies. Well, anyways, this just came out again. Congress has introduced legislation authorizing the federal government to finance and deploy mobile vaccine units. So for their next pandemic, which I covered yesterday, that it seems they're planning on, they want to make sure instead of telling you to go to the nearest parking lot or the nearest drugstore, like as if that's not convenient enough. No, they want to get vaccine buses here. They want to load up some vans or buses or vehicles of some sorts, loaded with Pfizer and Moderna. And by the way, Pfizer is headquartered in Switzerland, which gives them immunity from any type of persecution or any liability, I should say. Yeah, they're totally immune. So any damage from their products, well, tough luck. As people have learned. So Congress has just introduced this, and of course it's taxpayer funded. Of course, we have to pay for our own demise again. The bill is HR 7465, titled Federal Investment in Grants for Health, Transportation, and Flu Vaccination. Act of 2026. This was introduced on February 10th, 2026 by Representatives Josh Gottheimer, Democrat, New Jersey, and Jennifer Kiggins, Republican from Virginia. And these are the two criminals, in my opinion. There's the bill, HR 7465, Public Health Service Act, direct Secretary of Health and Human Services to establish a demonstration program to award grants to states. Okay, so they're giving money to states to try to create these vaccine buses. Because, RFK Jr., I think they're mocking him. Because you know how they had their Vax bus where they go around getting all the horror stories of what people went through after they got jabbed? So now there's part of it, I think they're saying, hey, we like your bus idea. Let's load them up with vaccines. And not only that, this is, the last time during the COVID pandemic, towards the end of 2021, when they were really pushing hard and coercing people and firing them from their jobs, there was rhetoric, authentic or pharma bots or otherwise, but people were saying things like, oh, we should force vaccinate people who don't take it. We should force their children to take it. They were talking about like forcing it on people. And now if they're suggesting that they should start these vehicles, these mobile vaccine units to go around neighborhood to neighborhood, they could just drive right up to your house. Yeah, and what if these vehicles are loaded up with, whoever, they don't even care who injects you. Anybody off the street with a, 2-week training and not even, they would allow to inject you. They would just have some, maybe UN troops, like kind of like the ones they're saying they're crossing all the borders. Yeah, maybe they could be up there, maybe armed, going door to door, saying time for your shot. Yeah, this really looks like it's where it's headed, because I don't see any need whatsoever for our tax dollars to be used to create a fleet of vans or vehicles or buses or whatever they're suggesting. Probably like, what do the police use? Paddy wagons, yeah. They are just planning on, they really are pushing harder and harder and harder to try to get jabs in people. And they're claiming right now it's for influenza. But they're ready to spring that bird flu hysteria any moment now. They're just waiting for the right time. So, yeah, so there you go. They are pushing and pushing to go door to door is what it looks like to me. And they're putting the money into it. These cockroaches of Congress are actually suggesting that our tax dollars be used to fund mobile vaccination units. Yeah. Unbelievable. I mean, in 2026, this is where we're at. This is what's going on. While they're distracting everybody with Prince Andrew being arrested for 45 minutes. Hi, Judy. How are you? Yes, you said if something happened to me, suppose I broke a bone or got very ill, anything where I might need a doctor, I am terrified to go to the emergency room. That I'll be injected unknowingly. Yeah, another thing going on with that is that if you sign a consent form and they make you sign a consent form, you know how they tell you to put, like, I don't want any vaccines, but you also have to say, I don't want any biologics. Because they've changed the names of vaccines in the hospitals to biologics. Let me see. I keep seeing this meme they keep notifying people of this. This is happening to, oh, here it is. Let me see. I'll post this show you what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Where is this? I don't know where anything is here. All right, hold on. I had too many windows open on my computer here. Here we go. I've been seeing this again and again. They keep reminding people. And this is what I think happened to Ashley. I think when she went to the hospital for emergency surgery because they punctured her intestine, I think she got jabbed and she didn't know it. Do it when you're unconscious. It says hospitals have quietly reclassified vaccines as biogenics. So when you see in the paperwork, do you give permission for biogenics? You say no. No biogenics. Yes. So, if that's only if you have to go in an emergency room, but you have like smaller, I would feel safer going to one of those clinics, like smaller clinic nearby if it's not that serious. But just remember, no biogenics. You can have it, I'm thinking of having it tattooed, on my arm there. No biogenics. I don't know if that would be legal or not, though. Yeah. So that's that. And so that they want to go door. I'm telling you, they want to push it to go door to door with their buses. I'm telling you, it's getting to there. They're little by little, they're pushing it more and more and more. I mean, these two congressmen just came up now in February, just a week ago. 10 days ago and said, yeah, we need vaccine buses. It's like, what? Where? Who? With our tax dollars? You can't think of anything else that we need? You want to make vaccine buses? I mean, if you can't see the tyranny coming in through our public health system, I don't know what to tell you. Because, wow. I mean, vaccine vehicles. Yeah, like that. Like that's what we need. All right. And there was something else also. So besides that, so beware, make sure to let your congressman know how you feel about vaccine vehicles coming to your neighborhood with your tax dollars. You can let them know how you feel about this HR 7465 that these two people just put forward. On another note, on a lighter note, or maybe not, I came across this article by Kirby Summers. I'm sure you're all familiar with her. She's like the expert on all this stuff with Epstein. It says Leslie Wexner, he's the one the evil man who sacrifices a young girl every year to give himself power. He's now 88 years old. It says Leslie Wexner can't remember if he was even friends with Jeffrey Epstein, plus Oprah Winfrey and Victoria's Secret. So that Leslie Wexner was recently deposed in court, and this is a picture of him in the same lineup as Epstein. I'm sure you've heard of Leslie Wexner, very evil. And the person who painted this painting, I'm sure you're familiar with as well, of Bill Clinton in the blue dress and red shoes. The woman's name is Patrina Ryan Cleed, Kleid. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm saying Cleed. Well, she also painted this picture of Oprah Winfrey with two young girls standing in front of a Victoria's Secret. All right, so we know that Leslie Wexner owns Victoria's Secrets, right? He owns like tons of things, he's a billionaire, but he owned Victoria's Secrets. So why would the woman who painted this of Bill Clinton, a blue dress, why would she be painting Oprah Winfrey with two young girls in front of a Victoria's Secrets? And I believe this was hanging in Leslie Wexner's house. Was it Wexner or Epstein? Not really sure where this was hanging here. She writes below, isn't it weird that the painting of Oprah Winfrey flanked by two little girls who are clearly minors standing in front of Victoria's Secret, owned by Leslie Wexner, was painted by Patrina Ryan Cleed? Most of you have been following her work for years would agree that Representative Dave Min, who stated Wexner's answers to specific questions about his relationships is not possible. Bottom line, Wexner appears to have lied and lied and lied again in his deposition. Yeah. So I'm wondering about this connection of Oprah Winfrey to standing in front of Leslie Wexner's store. Obviously a connection there. And we already know Oprah Winfrey is connected with other dubious things, Harvey Weinstein and whatnot. And we also know that Harry and Meghan have had a very prominent relationship with Oprah Winfrey, who appears connected to Leslie Wexner and Epstein. And we know Meghan was... So this is like another connection of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to Epstein. You have Meghan hanging out with Epstein's girlfriend. You have, Prince Andrew. What were the other connections she has? Meghan has like multiple connections to Epstein. But we know Oprah's one of them as well. It's like an additional one. Wow. Yeah, I mean, again and again, there's so many connections of Harry and Meghan to Epstein and this whole network and how big it is and how they have just been used on society to be evil and demonic and eat children and attack children. Yeah, so no coincidences there. Wow, just yet another connection. So that was some Kirby Summers. You can read more about it on her YouTube channel and her Substack. So what are you guys saying here? Yeah, biogenics. Yep. Hi everyone. Hi, hip party hop. Never trust Oprah. Exactly. The girls in Africa. Yeah, she did the same with the girls in Africa. Uh, Kidnapping them, having them. I don't remember the exact details, but I know the girls were attacked, raped, whatnot. Yeah, so what's to look at today? First, I want to look at those vaccine buses and what's going to happen with them. I can't believe we have congressmen suggesting making bills to say, yeah, you know what we need are some vaccine buses, because it's not like everybody's not sick and fed up and tired and disgusted by everything with their vaccines and Pfizer, and the fact that there's been no accountability. And don't forget, and another thing is Congress exempted themselves from the COVID shot. Did you know that? No congressman took the COVID shot. They weren't mandated to get it. None of them took it. They all knew it was poison. That's what I heard. Yeah, but they mandated it for employees, federal government employees. And now they want vaccine buses that they'll exempt themselves from, but they'll try to push at everybody else. Yeah, so this is very, very concerning that it just shows you yet again how they're not working for us, but they want to use our tax dollars to try to vaccinate us. Not really vaccination, mRNA is not a vaccination, it's genetic therapy. So let's see here, what's going to happen with these genetic therapy vehicles that they're trying to fund here. They're going to be electric, because we all know how those electric vehicles don't do quite very well. They just get set on fire, and the fire never stops burning with those batteries. And all the child labor they use to make those batteries, the lithium and whatnot. Really sick stuff. Anyhow, I'm going off. What's going on? What's going to happen with these mRNA genetic therapy vehicles they want to make? Because all the flu shots and everything all have mRNA now. They're making everything, or have made everything, this genetic therapy. So let's see here, what's going on with those buses? I'm calling them buses. They said vehicles. I'm calling them vax buses there. Why are they doing that now? It really looks like they're ginning up for another pandemic. I mean, everything you see them put out for funding is all leading to the same path, and they're just doing it in front of everybody's faces. Like, yeah, let's just put a bill out. Yeah, there we go. We're just gonna fund some vax buses. Nothing to see here. Yeah, the parking. I guess they know people aren't going to do the parking lot thing again, I guess. So now they're putting out the buses right to your neighborhood, drive right up to your house. I mean, you have to laugh. It's so diabolical and evil and just crazy, insane. This is like, these people belong in an asylum. The stuff they're doing, how insane this is. It's criminally insane, in my opinion. Yeah, so obviously, what's going to happen with this? Is this going to fizzle? Are they just testing the waters to see what they can get away with? No doubt getting kickbacks from this big time, like they all did during the pandemic, like Harry and Meghan did as well. They all made money off those vaccines. Yeah, they really want to get that in everyone. Let's find out what's going to happen with those vaccine vehicles, so-called. What's going to happen? Let's see what the cards show. All right, oh my goodness. General situation is the Tower. Yeah, shock and awe here. They're coming out with this, just bam. Out of nowhere. 2026, February 2026, suggesting this. They must, shock and awe here. 10 of Wands. The collapse here, the end, the keeping pushing. this final push here, I guess, trying to see what they can get away with, finish the job. It's interesting. This Ten of Wands, you have like this wand hanging over like this man, like as if it's gonna drop on him and kill him or something. This would be like the shots. See, these are the mRNA injections, and this is a human being down here, and he's like being overwhelmed with the oppression and coercion, and they're just coming down and just like stabbing like a stake in the heart here. Just yeah, they're really, this is to force it down on everyone in a very oppressive way so that you can't escape it. They want to make it inescapable, but at the same time pretending that it's voluntary. Nobody forced you to take it. That's what they always say, right? We just told you you'd lose your job and your kids couldn't go to school, and we call you names and be angry with you and call you an anti-vaxxer, right? Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, it is starting off badly. This is starting off badly. This is destructive and evil and oppressive. And I have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Swords I often see as those pointy objects, like the mRNA injections. And it shows them moving ahead. They're moving forward with their New World Order plans, Agenda 2030. They just keep moving, keep it going, keep the vaccines coming out. And of course, this is about mRNA vehicles, you know, to move them around, drive them around. I'm surprised they're not just jumping right to drones. I thought drones was going to be the next thing. They'll just drone it to your house, you know. But I guess they're not there yet. So in the meantime, they want to have. But I think these vehicles are because they want to have armored personnel in them. Right? Why wouldn't they just use drones? Wouldn't that be cheaper? But now you can't drive around an armed, UN military person on a drone, right? So obviously they they know the uptake isn't going to be. It looks like it's getting forceful here. I think they want to shock people and come out in force with it, and just because nobody's going to be expecting this. Nobody's, unless you're reading John Fleetwood's Substack, you're not going to hear about this, and. This is the type of thing they put out while Prince Andrew's being arrested, right? So they're really trying to slide a lot of things by people, and this is one of them. And I really think they want to surprise people with this when the time comes to surprise, is what I'm getting. The basis of all this, oh my goodness, look what's at the base of this. Death reversed. Yeah, I take reversed. It can be as excess or secretively. But this is about killing more people. They're not happy. They didn't kill enough. I'm telling you, they want us gone. You can't even. There's no question about it. This is how they're killing people. They just want to get rid of, what percent of the population? I don't know. You have to ask them. What's the Epstein plan? Epstein wanted to get rid of people. Remember Epstein? That there are emails that were released in that tranche that was released by the Department of Justice, and Epstein was talking about, we need to just euthanize people who are past their reproductive years, and Canada is euthanizing people like crazy, even kids. This is one way that they want to uptake the deaths. They want to keep more people dying, try to kill more and more people in the West, anyways. So this is definitely, they know what they're doing. So what prompted them to come out now with this? They got Five of Cups reversed. Wow. So they've been very unhappy at how things have, not progressed. At this point in time, the plan was that everybody was going to be taking an injection every 3 months, and it hasn't happened. So they're very unhappy about this. And of course, that means Congress isn't making any money from their big Pfizer stocks because nobody wants to take their deadly mRNA injections. So a lot of unhappiness there. So they're just trying to come up with more new ideas to keep it going. Yeah. So what are they expecting? Do they really expect this to work? Are they really expecting to do this? Oh my goodness. 10 of Swords reversed. These are very ugly cards. Yeah, they expect lots of dead bodies. Yeah, for sure. From pointy objects. We have 10 and 10. Finality. Doing off with. Wow, and the death card. They just want death and death and death. They just want to. They want 10 of swords. They just want needles coming out of the sky. They just want planes to fly. Why don't they get mRNA planes and they could just fly over, like they do with the chemtrails? They could just drop syringes like bombs and try to hit the targets. I mean, it's like, what's next? You know what I mean? They gotta, get their, it's unbelievable what they're doing. But I'm seeing that with 10 of swords. Like, it's like these syringes are falling from the sky. It's just do, 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 They'll probably be coming on drones, like I said. But yeah, they want to drown us. They are just pummeling us. They're just forcing it in every way possible. And it's very evil. And it's all about, they want everybody taking those jabs. So what are they worried about? What are they worried about or not want? Magician. Yeah, they're worried that people are going to do their own thing and have woken up. This is somebody who's woken up to this whole demonic Epstein-based system, and they're exerting their own power, and they're not listening to their mainstream media and doing what the Mockingbird media tells them to do. And people are doing what they want to do, and they are afraid of that. That's why they want to censor everybody so badly. They're afraid you're gonna think the wrong thing, and by hearing the wrong thing, they don't want you doing that. Because magicians, often the media I see is PR, kind of forcing your narrative, right? They can't have their narrative contradicted, like Harry and Meghan, same thing. Yeah. So what are they hoping for? Oh my goodness, this is what they're hoping for. 5 of swords. Look at this. This is a corpse with mRNA injections. This is just somebody, like, instead of, dying at a firing, like if you're a criminal and you're sentenced to death, instead of dying by a firing line, they're just going to shoot vaccines at you. They're gonna have bow and arrows and just bing, 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 and shoot you with vaccines, and that's how they're gonna, I think kill. That's kill people. That's what that looks like. They want to kill as many people as possible, and they want to oppress people. 5 of swords is being bullied. It's being, it's a Holocaust. It's a genocide. It's just vicious, nonstop murdering people and not giving a damn. And of course, not paying for any injured people. There's no compensation for injured people. And Canada just says, oh, you injured, you don't feel good, here's euthanasia. They are starting to do that in the US. They are pushing for euthanasia here in New York. I know they've started some stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your comments vanishing. Yeah, YouTube's doing a lot of sneaky censorship. The chat, I mentioned the chat in my last video. They're not showing the chat. They disabled the chat, which is why I have the window on the right there. Hopefully you can read it. Can you read the chat on the screen, I hope? I can make it bigger. It's very small. Let me just make it a little bigger. I'm afraid you're not going to be able to see this chat because YouTube doesn't like my videos very much. I don't know why. I work really hard at it. Here we go. Okay, but that's a little better. I'll make it larger. See, I just added that on. All right. Yeah, this is really ugly reading. 10 of swords, 10 of wands, 10 of swords, death, tower, 5 of cups. This is really ugly reading. These people are really evil, and they're just destroy, die. Yeah, this is a mission of death that these Satanists are on. How do they see the public? These 2 Congress cockroaches that want vaccine vehicles everywhere. Temperance, major arcana. Interesting. So I think that they are wanting to push this medicine on the public, and they don't like that the public is waking up and being healthy in natural ways and pushing back against this allopathic Rockefeller, demonic medical system that's pushing these injections for money. So yeah, they're very concerned that we're not dying fast enough. The public's just not dying. You're too healthy. They can't stand it. You're all figuring out how to stay healthy. They don't like it. Yeah. Yeah. Afraid to brush your teeth. Let's not get that scared about it, okay? Just look out for the vaccine vans. Another thing, the stereotypical white van, like when the kids are walking to school and someone will open the side door and grab the kid. Well, not now. With these vaccine vehicles coming out, it's going to be like you're going to be walking down the street, walking your dog, and the van is going to open up and they're going to pull you in and give you an injection and push you out. Like, you're going to watch out for the vaccine vans. They'll grab you. You know what I mean? It's the kind of stuff, like Saturday Night Live could do some skit like that, but of course they won't, because even Saturday Night Live has gotten all politically correct. You can't even joke about the reality of these things. But that's what that's what you're looking at. It's just like, what the hell? They're seriously invading our personal space and pushing themselves, on. They're doing everything but holding you down and injecting you, which I feel this is inch by inch or yard by yard going to that direction. Little by little, because first they get the vans and they say, oh, the vans are just for your flu shot. You come by, get the flu shot, be all friendly about it, give out some balloons and some stickers. But then what happens when they have their next fake pandemic? Suddenly those vans, you're going to be knocking on your door saying you got to go to the van on the end of your street and go, get your injection, So this could turn, they're going to start out being all friendly about it, and then they'll turn around and these vans turn into like armed, enforcement data to bring you to FEMA camps or something. Anyways, so how's it going to go? What's going to happen next? Oh, Page of Pentacles. Oh, that's not good. So Page of Pentacles can be seen as like the bill that it is, and it's putting it forward and having it, being worked through. It looks like it's standing. It looks like it's continuing. They're not taking it away. Nobody's shooting it down. I don't see anybody stopping it there. And in the long term, Ace of Wands reversed. Well, the good news is it looks like this bill will be rejected. It looks like people are going to be pretty upset about it and knock it out. So hopefully this is bad news for the bill, that although it's going to be there for a little while, I think that it'll be a thumbs down. I don't think it'll pass. That's what I'm seeing. But these are really ugly cards. They have very ugly intentions and very evil, and they're not stopping. No one's held accountable for what's happened during COVID, and they're continuing and pushing the boundaries more and more. They want to keep encroaching on our rights more and more, right? They come in as pounce in, and they don't want to ease up. Once they get the power, they don't give it up again. Just like with the censorship, they don't want to stop. They want to keep going, and we're seeing the sneaky censorship going on. So even when the president and the Department of Justice has said you better stop it, or they're still doing it. They're still censoring us, and disabling our chats and censoring comments, but they're doing it very sneakily, quietly, so you can't prove it. You can't prove that your comment didn't make it there. You know what I mean? So this kind of thing is going on because they just love their censorship, and they love threatening people with losing their jobs if they don't take a mRNA injection. So yeah, so very ugly stuff here, but hopefully it looks like this will not go through. So that's good news about that. So now on to Oprah Winfrey and Harry and Meghan. Wow, I'm going to use the Harry and Meghan cards that I made, which are still up for sale if you want a pack. Anyways, yeah, let's look at Harry and Meghan, Oprah Winfrey, and Epstein. So Epstein put Oprah together, obviously, with Harry and Meghan. What was their real mission? Like, what are they really supposed to accomplish? Like, it's just this division with that interview accusing the royal family of racism. We know that the World Economic Forum and group and whatnot probably wants to take out all the royal families anyways. Any national symbols anyhow. So it could all just be a coordinated plot. Because they want the people to want it, right? They want it to look like, oh, the people took out the royal family. Not that they gave up being royals so that they could join the New World Order, right? So let's see here. Of course, they're going to be leaders in the new world order of the world. They're all getting together and ruling the world together. They're stakeholders, they call themselves. But let's see, Oprah with Harry and Meghan. It doesn't look like they've been doing much lately. They started out doing a lot together with mental health, which is, of course, another globalist agenda, trying to force things on people through mental health and child safety and all those lies. Child safety for tyranny. But let's see, Harry and Meghan and Oprah, what was their mission here together? What was their real mission here together they were trying to accomplish? These evil CIA, Epstein, demons, Satanists. And Oprah even went to the wedding and everything. Like, out of nowhere, Oprah Winfrey goes. Meghan never even met Oprah before. Oprah's at the wedding. The whole thing was such a psyop. And what are they going to do in the future? Are they doing anything else in the future? Because Meghan is still close with, and Meghan and Harry are still close with, what's her name? Oprah's pal there. Oprah's little protege, Gayle King, who was at the baby shower. So why did Oprah and Harry and Meghan start working together? What are they really planning on doing here? Let's find out. What was their real agenda? What were they really trying to accomplish? Harry, Meghan, and Oprah. Let's see what the cards show. Man, that was a really ugly reading with those vaccine buses, though. I gotta tell you, I haven't had such a very deadly reading. I haven't seen one like that in a while. Anyhow, let's look at Oprah, Harry, and Meghan. We get Empress. Temperance reversed. Upsetting people. Yeah, upsetting people, getting very emotional, divisive. I see this is bringing two sides together when it's upright, but reversed is being divisive. Because this was right in 2020 when they did that interview, right? Oh, there it is. Knight of Swords. And you notice with my Knight of Swords, he's carrying a pointy object that's not a sword, but even just as lethal. Knight of Swords reversed, attacking people, pushing the vaccines as well, but attacking people psychologically, pushing out, attacking the royal family, but in general, getting everybody all, because when you attack people about racism and claim they're racist, they weren't just doing it to the royal family; they were doing it all over the UK. They had all these, what do you call them? These people that they paid, like Misan Harriman and Fulani Ngozi, and they just had them everywhere. All over the UK, they had people saying, "Oh, Britain is racist." The UK is like, so this is all at the same time. Harry and Meghan, the part of Harry and Meghan's gang was also coordinated and global. So of course, Oprah was part of that too. The bottom of it all, Four of Pentacles. Yes, trying to establish Megalodon, so she could try to establish herself and make money in the US, trying to be financially successful in her own rights. So it was for money, of course, for Oprah as well. This was a money maker for her, but also to establish Meghan as a force to be reckoned with, and Meghan getting people fired and whatnot. What happened at the base of it all? What they were doing? Oh, King of Cups reverse. Yeah, I had Elon Musk. He's a Cancer. But it's not him, though. It's King of Cups. So I'm taking it at the bottom of it all. I get King Charles vibes here. Yeah, he was all in on it as well. Yeah, supportive of this. And it was, an attack on him, but also in cahoots with him. So what prompted Oprah to get together with Harry and Meghan? What brought them together? I got Four of Cups. Four of Cups. So in this particular card, he's like on an island with a palm tree kind of looking thing there. I think that Epstein brought them together. I think this is it. This reminds me of an Epstein type of vibe. A man on an island relaxing with his, wine and, young women. You see the hand bringing him the drink. like one of his sex slaves bringing a drink there. So I'm getting Epstein vibe with this. I'm gonna say Epstein brought them together for sure. Yeah. So what were they expecting? What were Oprah, Harry, and Meghan expecting by working together? Oh, look at that. High priestess. Yeah, they were affecting people on the unconscious as well as conscious level. And I also, this is also an alternate spiritual card, like spiritual energies going on, very evil spiritual energies. In the case of these idiots, so I do think there was spell work going on involved in what they were doing, casting spells, and also um, involved with that, as well as making people crazy, tapping in on, taking advantage of a fact that when people are all stressed out with COVID, they come out and rev up these things even more, like racist. So don't forget the George Floyd things go on. George Floyd was June 2020, so you've got the COVID, and then George Floyd, BLM, and Oprah Winfrey jumped right on that. She was buying billboards for Breonna Taylor, so Oprah was very involved in all this. Is Harry and Meghan. So this was this was a psychological attack, or a what do you call it? A military grade psyop kind of card. So this was like adding more and more and more to break people's psyche, to make people snap, So that was very much a part of why Harry, Meghan, and Oprah did that big interview thing. So what were they afraid of? What did they not want? Were they afraid of not want? Oh, look at that sun. Yeah, they didn't want anyone being happy. They certainly, during COVID time, made sure to make everybody as unhappy as possible. You weren't allowed to be happy about anything, and they're still that way. Actually, they don't like you celebrating anything. Any holiday you celebrate, anything you celebrate, they act like you're a racist or whatnot. I mean, they want to take away people's happiness and health and prosperity. That's what they're trying to get rid of. They want everybody miserable and depressed and mentally ill and under their control of their demonic Luciferian tyranny. So what are they hoping for? What were Harry, Meghan, and Oprah hoping for? Oh, look at that. 10 of Swords again. Yep. They wanted everybody to die by injection. That's what I'm getting. Because those injections were going out right around the same time as Harry, Meghan, and Oprah. And they all pushed the injections. They, of course, never took any. There's no pictures of them getting one. So they certainly wanted to push it out on everybody, like, go die, just like these congressmen pushing for vaccine buses. They got the 10 of Swords with them, too, over here. So all these multiple, this is like jab after jab after jab after jab. Just keep taking them, keep boosting up. Yeah, until you die is basically the message I'm getting here. They certainly just want people dead anyways. Certainly want the royal family as well. So they see the public. Oh, public. This is how they saw the public. So you see Harry clutching a phone and everybody with their cell phones in the background, exposing their lies. And you see how hostile, defensive Harry is here with his cute little headband there, or his bandaged head, the mentally ill that he is. Yeah, so Harry is very defensive and paranoid about what people are posting online, which is why him and Meghan Markle are constantly on social media and watching everything and try to censor us and deplatform us and suppress us and our channels. Like my channel, I'm so suppressed. It's unbelievable. I'm so shadow banned. It's unreal. And they deny it when you confront them about it. So what can you do, there you have it. And Harris, that's still concerning that power. They're still doing it, So what happens next? What's going to happen in the future with Harry, Meghan, and Oprah? Oh, and I get the Hierophant. So I get this idea, I get a very religious card, but one that's sort of trying to do the right thing, or at least appear to do the right thing, but preaching to everyone and trying to seem like, who knows, maybe they'll convert to Christianity or something, or pretend to. But I see this, them, teaching and preaching over here, acting like they're experts in something, or working together again, doing something where they're pretending to help people. And in the long term, it's a long time, Long term, wah wah. Oh, look at this Seven of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords. You got Meghan's moon bump popping out. Yeah. Oh, that's coming out. That's coming out. It's all coming out, baby. Seven of Swords reversed. So this will all be coming out eventually. Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take or who will finally expose all this, but it will be. There's so many people watching and aware and of these two and Oprah. So it's a matter of time, TikTok, when all this Epstein, probably with more Epstein files, I assume we're going to discover more and more exactly of everything, including Harry, Meghan, Oprah, yeah, as well as this transhumanist agenda and genetic modifying and these injections. So it's all one big conspiracy, all wrapped into one, and they're all in on it. It's one big club, and you ain't in it, and we ain't, and I'm not in it. So there you have it. So you have a question. Marcus is Meghan's handler. Who does Oprah handle? I think Oprah handles Gayle. No, Gayle King, and I think she handles a number of people. You see her all over Hollywood dealing with this one and that one, right? I mean, I think she does a lot of things. But Oprah, Gayle King is definitely a big one. That's her, from what I understand. But who knows? You know, Oprah's moving around in the shadows. She's definitely part of the club. She was in that, what was it, the Good Club they called it, with Bill Gates, and I think it was Rockefeller was in there, William Buffett and whatnot. So they're all in on it. They're doing this transhumanist globalist agenda. She's handling a lot for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and her, check her out. She's on Instagram, you know, constantly. You see her pushing one thing after another. So, yeah, they keep her working. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Hippity Hop. So that's what I have for you all today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.